I guess now's as good a time as any to transition, right? Just go ahead and start talking, start hanging out, start. Wait, do I have all the lights on? Yes, I do. I do have all the lights on. Welcome everybody to the channel, where today we'll be discussing lots of things, particularly what has become everybody's favorite, said with no sarcasm. Ticket event, Faction Hunt. Which honestly, I love Faction Hunt. I actually have no problem with Faction Hunt. But we're going to talk about the different mechanic of one needing 3 sets of tickets to go through this, the why of why they did this, and we talked about that a little bit before, and then of course talking about officers and several other topics here in the game today. And hey, let's get some, let everybody give quick shout outs, and then we'll get to them here in a second as I look at the different rewards. And obviously for me, a big thing is the officer experience. The credits are nice. I don't really care about the rep grind either way, but in general, yeah, there's some really good stuff to be had in these. And I'm going to go ahead and hit my Federation, and I've been saving up tickets. I'll be honest, I've been saving up tickets for a while, and I am sitting on, even after spending those 10 just now, let's go take a look at how many I have on me, just because I have not been spending a lot of tickets. Let's see, where are my tickets? Where are my tickets? Could have sworn my tickets are here. Yeah, so I have 280 even with what I just spent, which was 10. So I'm probably going to end up doing all the Faction Hunt today. But I will say that the spread out version of it, with it being we're running a lot of Faction Hunts this month, but spreading them out in tickets, is definitely not everybody's cup of tea. But I will say that it's a unique approach. I'm curious to get everybody's feedback as we go through it. Let's get in on some of these people who've said hey everybody, because we appreciate when you say hey. Guinea was the first one here, so shout out to Guinea 2006. Hopefully you're enjoying the game. And we've got Third Eye, Drew, Alan, Carl, Bobby G, Steam, Fajan, Dende, Sherlock Ohms, love the name still, buddy. Wraith of War, OG Boxer. We've got what Bill? I'm trying to not catch everybody else we ever call. CCM Gaming says don't forget to kill everybody. Maybe not today, because Faction Hunt's going to take up a lot of my time, but at some point. Let's see. By the way, shout out to server 27, 16, 20, 13, 139. Yeah, lots of servers who will come in and jump in. Hey, Devil Gates, how you doing? Free or Fraud, Carl, Eric. You know what? There's a lot of y'all. There's 113 people, and we've only been live like 4 minutes. So invite your alliances, invite your friends, invite your discords, everybody in. That way, if they have questions about the game, if they have questions about anything Star Trek in general, we'll gladly talk anything Star Trek. Get them in here so that we can discuss it. But I also want y'all to go ahead and start dropping your opinions on this iteration of Faction Hunt. And what I mean by this iteration, I'm talking about this need, or this requirement for spending tickets to get all 3 of them in one run. Now, I think we can all agree that we have gotten more Faction Hunts in the past few weeks than we normally would get in 1 month. And that was their goal. So everybody should see that. Everybody should see way more Faction Hunts. But I'm still curious about your opinion of the format, because here was their idea and what they wanted to do. They wanted to actually have more Faction Hunts than they normally run, to where if you did every Faction Hunt that came around, in total, you will have gotten more than a normal Faction Hunt would typically happen in a month. However, they put it behind a ticket system so that if you wanted even more, you would have to purchase tickets. So it was a kind of, the idea they had was they wanted to make it to where free-to-play are getting more than they ever did before with Faction Hunt, but they're giving payers an option to spend money in the game to get even more than before, including more than the already even more. Does that make sense? So the way that Faction Hunt is run this month is we've gotten it several times in the ticketing system, far more than we would normally get it. In fact, if we pull up our, we got to go down to our ticket events. We can actually see it in the calendar. Ticket events, peak performance, red alert, direct intervention. Okay, these are all named the same thing. But you can see the 3 times that we've got different ones. I don't know why we can't just call it what it is. But anyway, running it 3 different times gives you the same ability to score a normal set of amount Hunt the Klingons, hunt the Federation, hunt the Romulans. I'm losing my words in my brain right now. But like I said, the idea when we talked to them, or at least when I talked to them, was that we want to run it more this month. But if you want to spend some money, you can run it like triple the amount. Drew says to increase microtransactions. I mean, I think that's definitely the clear goal in that. And then we can sit here and argue about whether that's a good or a bad thing. And I am up for either side of that argument. Personally, I have no problem with it. Today is going to be the first day that I really try to get all of them done. I really do plan on trying to get all 3 factions. And hey, Omar, hey, Sanzo, Aardvark. Aardvark says, Old One was better. Faction Hunt is kind of a base event. This makes it a specialty event, favors more spending. So I agree with that to an extent. I will say that the fact that they're running it more increases the amount that a free-to-play could get, so a base amount. But yeah, they definitely added a pay layer where you could pay for more. Now, for me, I don't call that a pay wall. To me, a pay wall is parts of the game are completely excluded from you unless you spend money. And that's not the case. That said, it is still something where obviously a spender is going to get a significant advantage, whereas before, everybody had equal footing in Faction Hunt. And that's definitely true. Andrew says that they like the idea of the Faction Hunt, but we should have one for independent credits as well, especially given how many officers need independent credits. I love that. I love that idea. In fact, I'm writing that one down. Faction Hunt number 4, independent credits. I'm going to write that down for the next meeting I have with the devs, and hopefully we can see what that goes into. Fajan says, my view is that it's okay to have a ticketed faction hunt during an arc, as you're already busy with other events, but between the arcs, it should be free. That I also really agree with. I think that as long as we have everything, like today's an easy day because it's domination. I did 1 officer, took it up 5 levels, done. Domination was easily done. But I got the ISS Jellyfish Brawl, I've got my daily events, and which I am doing these. I've gotten to a point where I actually accept all of these daily events for spending because it's really easy for me to spend all these requirements, plus still my days. I'm slow grinding up, focusing on credit acquisition more than I am on actually rep grinding. But the research event, the station event, but the big one is my Jellyfish Brawl. That's the one I got to go work on, and that actually takes me hitting 50 hostiles. I mean, I've got to go out and hit 50 hostiles. And with an ISS Jelly, that's a couple runs for my ISS, even though I've got it to tier 4.5. So, and hey, B Teeling, how you doing? By the way, I really do love that idea that you just shot through, and you will see my Meridian coming out. I've been slowly, I have no desire, like I have no reason to just fast track my Meridian, so it's slowly going through. But, and yeah, Twan, I can show you the rewards for the Jellyfish Brawl, of course. So the first level, I get this right here. Now, granted, you're not getting some of the Latinum that you would normally get like a Parabellum event. I know everybody loves the Parabellum event. But I'm getting, this is really needed. I need the ore because I don't really get any ore except from this event plus scrapping like legionaries. So that's really critical. And then we're going to get more ship parts and more gas and ore, and then more ship parts and more gas and ore, and then finally even more ship parts, gas and ore. And this is extremely critical because I use this event to help pay for leaderboard placements. It's like, y'all saw me, I have Riker now. I didn't spend money for Riker. I didn't buy the $100 premium battle pass or any of that. What I did to get my Riker was placing in events, and stuff like this helped me do it because I didn't spend any upgrades until there was an event to spend it on, and that is how I managed to make it happen. And it's through this type of stuff of saving up that I was then able to place. So this has a great payout. This and the Parabellum event are awesome, and they can actually really set you up if you want to go after the Valdor, which I know not everybody likes, but if you want to go after the Valdor, this event can really help you get there. This event can really help you get there. Also, a shout out to the Overflow event. 2.5 days to get, yikes. Anyway, shout out to Sven Retkowski. Thank you for signing up to be a cadet to support the channel. Greatly appreciated. We will hit you up here in just a second. I want to get to some of these questions, though. Jason says, how long before every event is a pay event? Because once they increase Mycrans today and it plateaus, they'll find themselves in a new reality where gains are required. I mean, Jason, here's the thing. They've been doing this for 3 years now. This isn't new. They did this back in January of 2019. So they're always going to leave some things open, and they'll go through rotations. They'll always leave parts of the game completely free to play, and they'll just rotate what those parts are. But this isn't new. So the microtrans strategies that they've deployed, I mean, I can tell you back in 2019, like January, February, the microtrans ploy there, or strategy, was around the level 26 faction ships. That was the strategy. You could still do things like Faction Hunt, the Separatist event, without all that, but that gave you a huge, heads up and everything. So they're always going to have that strategy, but at the same time, their strategy hasn't become like more micro heavy or anything. They've literally been bleeding people since the beginning, but they're not bleeding them any more than they used to. They just rotate how they do it. So, and no, I don't have any update, Andrew. In fact, the guy that was helping me compile the results, I haven't heard from them in 2 weeks. So, the data is still there. It just needs to be processed. Neith says, when you have all the milestones completed for the battle pass, what happens to the points you gain? So if you complete the battle pass every day, so you see up there it ends at 2 days and 19 hours for me, then you have an overflow event. So it's to allow people who skip a day or something comes up, who don't finish their events every day, to be able to finish the battle pass. But there's also a reward for those who go above and beyond and finish everything right here. So the BP overflow is where you'll keep doing that if you've already completed the battle pass. Lewis says refineries suck. Well, yeah. And Hagar says call it an FTFC purchases microtransactions. I mean, sure. Look, we can talk about how it's $100, $20, etc. But you know what we mean. You know what microtransactions are. So Eric says thought double whammy on resources. Uncommon refines do drop less than commons, and epic less frequently to be expected, but the amount of uncommon and rare needed increases. It does. Yeah, if you want a high tier ship, you're not using commons anymore. And that's just the design strategy of the game. And of course, that's intentional. But Curtis says the overflow rewards are outstanding, and extreme sarcasm there. I actually have no problem with the overflow rewards. I like them. But Jesus, I literally just answered that like 3 minutes ago. Steam says I'm absolutely sick of all these currencies. It would be awesome if every 6 months we could get throwback events to get rid of the garbage that is accumulated. Also agree. In fact, I'd actually just like that they had a currency exchange system. Like they sat down, took the time to account for all the currencies we currently have in the game, which is well over 100, and then say, okay, we're just going to say this is worth this, and have a trade-in system for all of those. That's what I would like. Even if we traded in for one common currency. Like the faction event that we'll have, or the big event that we have coming up for the event store in 2 months, well, for the 5th arc is where we believe there'll be one, possibly 6 arcs, but regardless, when we have the next big event store, we expect there to be another currency. It'd be nice if that currency was universal, like every big event store had the same currency, and you simply traded in everything that you currently have for that currency. That seems like a simple way to do it. Now, I guess that their issue there would be then people could just save up and get something big. I don't know why that would even be an issue, but that seems like the most logical way to do it. But that would take them to sit down and actually track all the currencies we have and work through that and build a system to do the transfer exchange. And I don't know if they're willing to do that, but I certainly think it's a good idea and something that should have been done from the beginning. I mean, the overflow we have of currencies, y'all have seen my items menu. I have an insane amount of currencies, absolutely ridiculous amount. And I love exploring it because we'll go down here and a lot of these that y'all never see. I mean, why do I have augment recruit tokens? That's not even a thing in the game, really. That's not even a thing. Look at all the different Borg stuff I have from the first Borg arc. The March Borg points, the Borg tech salvage. I've still got directives for these that I could trade in for something. Borg war funds. Let's see what else we got in here. The data pads from the missions at the beginning of the game. Christmas tokens, mirror sigil. I've got 1 mirror sigil. Some badges, which those are obviously needed. The Regelian data pad, the Orion manifest, encryption keys. All those are from early missions. Cargo crates, containers, dark matter, platinum trophies, elite bat'leth tokens. This is literally almost 3 years old. 2.5, easy. Then we got the Alliance gift token. We've got the Eclipse stuff, which obviously that matters. Transwarp cells, those matter. Hungry tribbles. The Outlaw mission keys that I forgot to use. The refinery tokens, I'm using those. The discovery mission key I forgot to use. The discovery 2 mission key I forgot to use. Heist loot. And shout out to IA who decides to hit me while I'm doing dailies. Thank you. What'd you hit me with? An auger. A PvP auger. Well, I'm going to go back and do it again. So I guess come hit me again, buddy. Still going to do my dailies. I am going to switch to a faster ship, though, so I can semi-outrun them if needed. Thoughts on a Battle Pass exchange trade-in or auction to other players? Okay, so we've pushed for auction to other players and markets. That's obviously not happening. And I really hate to be this pessimistic about it, but at this point, I really think we should stop asking. It's very clear that they're not giving us a market or the ability to send stuff to other players. All right. 3 years, and it was literally in the original plans of the game. I think it's very clear now they have zero interest in letting that happen. It sucks, but we're just being real. They seem to have no interest in that. So at this point, I don't even bother bringing it up. 3 years in, if it happens, awesome. We can just all be pleasantly surprised. But chowders, whatever. It's not bothersome. No big deal. Dave says, why not make it so each currency works out evenly, so you end up being able to spend it all at the time. Once again, that's a logical way to look at things. So it's will they ever do stuff like that? I don't know, man. And I'm not trying to be negative here about the game. It's just when you've worked with it for 2.5 years, asked for things over and over, and never even made it off the drawing board, you just kind of move on to other things that you feel like you actually have a chance at. Like, I do appreciate some things, like this current event store, the Riker coins. Yeah, forgot to spend those. Crap. I thought that was still going on. Well, there's independent credits I didn't get. Big yikes. I will send in a ticket to customer support, and hopefully I can get those independent credits. Let's see, where are those? I thought that still had a day on it. Let's see how many I have sitting. Where are they? Oh, there they are. I have 30, right at 32,000. Right at 32,000. And hey, Billy Bob, how you doing in Northern Ireland? Does Discovery appear in the store regularly like the Franklin, or is it some kind of special schedule? Neither is true. It's not necessarily regular, and there's not a known schedule for it. It's just whenever they get around to it. Now, it is in generally every event store, but that's not the same as what you're asking. So it is typically in the event stores. You know, it's there are some things that they're trying to make more regular, like the faction hunt that we're doing right now, trying to make that more regular. But yeah, Nathan, it is about 800 independent credits. I'm pretty upset that I forgot that the Riker is already over. So I will definitely be sending in a ticket there. Everything adds up, man. 800 independent credits is a lot to me. And hey, Server 11, how you doing? Let's see. Do you ever think there'll ever be something that I could do with my excess BPs? You already got it. It's called the scrapyard, and whether you like it or not, that's your option. That's what you've been given. And I'm not saying that that's perfect, but that's what you got. That's your answer. Let's see. Are there announcements before a new server is made? No, there's not, Dende. We have got like 120 servers now, and there's not an announcement when they open up a new one. Basically, I have to hop around, find it, and I'll tell y'all. That's how it typically works. Is I come to y'all like, hey, we just opened 2 new servers. I'm not paying attention to that, Josiah. Do you think they will allow you to even trade back ship BPs in the faction credits? Nope. I don't. Guinea says, what would be the best D4 crew for me? My D4 is going to be tier 4 out of the box. Don't have Lorca. Gorkon, Khan, maxed. Guinea, you know how this works. You literally need to send me everything that you got so we can be specific. I could say Gorkon, Tilly, Khan, but I don't know what you got. So, yeah, I did, Badbot. I did. Carissa says something that is useful for everyone, but isn't something that you wouldn't probably hoard currency for. All unused currencies automatically turn into Parsteel Trit and Deal tokens. Brian says, are you tired of answering the same questions over and over again? It kind of sounds like it. I'm not trying to make it sound like that, but it is. You got to remember that I've dealt with thousands of players. And I'm not trying to be boastful of that. But I mean, just today I was having a conversation with people who were messaging me. In a 12-hour span from last night, I'd received over 50 individual messages. Over the course of a month, it's not unreasonable that I reach to several thousand people. You hear the same thing a lot. I mean, and that sucks because that means that the players want something. But just because the players want something doesn't mean that Scopely is going to give it to you. Players have wanted Photon tokens for 7 months since I announced that they were being tested, and they're still not here. Now, I do think that they're coming, and I think that they're coming before the end of the year. But to me, that was something that like, oh, this is great. Why is it not already out? So they work on their pace regardless of what everybody's asking for. If they do it, they'll do it, but they're going to do it on their schedule. They're not necessarily going to, at least in my opinion, jump something to the top of the ladder because it's just demanded. It's going to get on the board and get worked on when it gets worked on. Telling us the Enterprise A is going to be praised by the Enterprise D. I'm not, because I don't know that for a fact. Don't know for a fact. Let's see what else we got. Yeah, there's a lot of rumors going around about a lot of things. Andrew, I'll just do you one better. I'll give you the video. You can go watch. The video explains everything about Photon tokens, what they are, how they worked. I posted it in my Discord channel. I'll copy it and post it here. You can go check out exactly what Photon tokens are and then come on back. We all want to... wow. Nice, Drew. Nice. Does the faction hunt with doing the faction hunt with my 400,000 Mayflowers annoying? Your first mistake was building a Mayflower and then trying to use it for anything useful. That was your first mistake. But yes, that is annoying. That is annoying. Let's see what else we got here in the questions. I'm going to try to answer whatever we can. If not, I'll just go on random conversations about whatever. We got a whole bunch of like meaningless statements being thrown in here. What else? What level can you scrap faction miners? Well, one, why would you want to? But high 40s. High 40s. That would be, I think 46. I think 46. Yeah, I'd have to go and pull it back up, but I think it's 46. And yeah, the best use for the Mayflower is definitely the scrapyard. Is there a website that shows the best synergy for officers? I'm level 18 on a newer server and really wondering what's best to invest in. So KV, if you've not checked out the officer tool, I made a video referencing it yesterday. That is a spreadsheet that has been designed that works in Google Sheets or Excel, and we actually have that covered, and it includes all that information. Check it out. We've got it in my Discord as well if you want to take a look at that. But yeah, that is definitely available to you if you're into third-party sources. Level 41. Oh, thanks, BadBot. It's a lot lower than I thought it was. But either way, you're not scrapping those things. No, I mean, unless you're Harley, most people aren't just going and building the 4-star faction miners. They're just not building them. Yeah, no problem, KV. I know I put out a lot of videos. Robbins, you ask the same question every time. At this point, I think that you're trolling. You already know the answer. You cannot beat somebody that much stronger than you. There's no way to overcome that. But you know that because we've told you that before. Anyone else have issue with armadas? Where's the show the incorrect power? That's normal, Carl. It has to do with the fact that when you're doing armada, certain research applies to those armadas that would not normally apply in space. Thus, when you're in the armada zone, those researches are getting applied, thus increasing your overall power display. So, I know no one wants another research node, but can you mention the option to research battleship impulse speed? Well, that would kind of defeat the purpose of them being battleships. I mean, they're supposed to be slow, lumbering, not as maneuverable. They're battleships. You know, even in Star Trek Online, that's the case, where you get the Odyssey, and it's just does not maneuver as well as a small Galore or an Akira or the Prometheus. You know, it's part of having a battleship. You're getting more hull health, you're getting slower speeds, and that's just kind of what you trade to have that ship. Any hints on how to collect a lot of Federation credits? There's no hint. It's literally Vidar. Max out your Vidar. and use that to grind your credits out. That's the way to do it. Now, you can also rely on things like Faction Hunt, which is going on right now, and you can even do a little bit of grinding through dailies to get those up. But the Vidar is the real key. The Vidar is the real key. The Crusher Family Pack. If y'all want to spend the money, go for it. The Crusher Family Pack is not something that I would purchase, and I haven't purchased it. But if you have value or you see value in that, then feel free to go ahead and get it. Foresee any future development of server versus server events? I do, Curtis. I don't have any update on what that could look like, but I do believe that is something that will come. Don't ask me to give you a timetable because I don't have one. But it's definitely something that they have discussed a few times. Sorry, I responded to a message. But hopefully that becomes like that was something that the last community manager liked. It's one that the current community manager likes. It's even something that has been brought up by the dev team. So Steam says I would buy a $99 ship Speed Prime. Yikes. That would be game wrecking. Hey James, how you doing? What PC am I playing on? My PC. My PC. And Child is right. Going after scouts and getting the messages is also a way to grind for factions. Now, I don't hunt scouts just because it's too much time out of my day. But I also have the Vidar to do a lot of that trade in too. What would be good to see Wales different servers fighting PvP? I agree. Probably would bother y'all a little bit less. But in terms of the free-to-play people. In general, the lag and stuff is, on the next question, definitely varies server to server and device to device. I don't get tremendous lag. Every now and then I will, but it's generally not too bad. I'm on a Samsung S21, and that's definitely, Apple has the worst lag in the game by far. Definitely by far. Do I like the Gladius? Define like? I mean, it's a solid ship. I still recommend skipping all the 32s. I have slowly upgraded my 32s, like the Intrepid, the Gladius, and the Burrell, mostly through events. Like my Gladius now is tier 8, I believe. I think it's tier 8. I haven't maxed it yet. Yeah, I haven't maxed it. And I've been doing, every time a leaderboard event will come around that's about spending G3 and stuff, I will take the Gladius out, upgrade it, take the Intrepid out, upgrade, take Bortus's out, upgrade it. And I've slowly used that to place in events. Because I'll get the ships generally for free by the time I'm done, farming hostiles or just have extra credits laying around. What resource would you recommend to figure out the best crews per ship or per purpose? The officer tool. That is the tool that I talked about yesterday. We even have a preset crews section in there now. So it gives you a basic list of crews to use versus hostiles, to use in PvP, to use against hostile bosses. And I haven't made a video about that section of it yet. They've been asking me to. But the officer tool, something that I've worked very closely with and definitely recommend. Definitely would recommend. Hey, Fielden, how you doing, buddy? Why wouldn't you use that G3 on research or buildings to speed up progression? Do both, Impervious. You need to do both. I mean, I do spend it on that. That's why I'm working on the max ACC, why I've got level 39 Foundry, level 39, what's it called? The Engine Technology Lab. Those all cost uncommon. So it's doing both. I mean, it's not just picking one, but the ships are really easy to go through, procure, and then upgrade. So it's all about doing everything that's efficient and works together in, I won't say unity, but I mean, it is kind of unity where you're focusing on various things at the same time, research, buildings, ships, to try to place and do it the most efficient way that you can. Because I might have an abundance of one type of uncommon that I don't have an abundance of another. Well, I don't have a ton of researchers I can just go blow crystal on, for example. But I had multiple ships that I could go blow crystal on because I never took my faction miners up to, past about tier 6, and my D4 is only like tier 5. So for a long time, I had a lot of extra uncommon crystal, in comparison to having 500 ore. So I would use that and spend it on upgrades like on the Gladius to score and to build and, you know, max out D3s. So I can also scrap them. So it's always trying to do something with a multiple purpose. Always try to do it with a multiple purpose. Okay, let's see what else we have. My ships don't go over 31,000. They don't get any better than that. How is it possible they have ships over 2,000? Sounds like they got a North Star, Robbins. You just got to get new ships. Get new ships. Do you use OBS? I'm using OBS right now, Alan. Yes, I do. I actually use OBS and Streamlabs depending on what I am currently currently streaming to. So Twitch is generally I'm on Streamlabs, and when I'm on YouTube, it's generally OBS, just because I have them pre-programmed to the different ones. Eric says, question for my alt account when I'm grinding a Saladin. Envoy BPs drop in separate space. Where's the best place to farm 2-star survey parts? Really, any 2-star system? But, hey, buddy. I see you poop. But I'm going to go ahead and bug out while you're flying in here trying to say hey to me. Appreciate you, buddy. Y'all have fun clearing that system while people are faction hunting. All right, we're going to hit the stop button. But yeah, it's a, what we talk about, any 2-star system is going to give you that, and it doesn't matter really what ship you're hitting. So for example, if you're in Falstaff or Kepler, 2-star systems, farm those hostiles, get the loot boxes. Separatist systems like the 17s and the 22s should also give you that, I believe. It's been a while since I've had to farm those. Ed, it's not that I'm no love. There's 260 people. I can't answer everybody. Rare Crystal Rev, any ideas on getting more besides refinery event scrapping? No, Heath. You just listed all the ways to do it. Nobody said it was going to be easy. Yeah, I cannot do anything in Sol. So how about we go over here? Actually, let's go up. Let's go to Alpha Centauri. Are ISO wars happening on your server too? Not really on any of my servers. I haven't really noticed it being a huge deal on like 43, 20, 63, anything like that. I mean, yes, it is happening. I've had people come to me talking about the different situations on their servers, but it doesn't seem to be extremely common. You know, a lot of it's just OPC. People will get hit OPC, and that's just the name of the game. So, hey, Alan, thanks for signing to be a lieutenant, man. I appreciate it. John Paul says try harder. Oh, rip, y'all. You're killing me. Shout out to Alan, and also we had one sign up early. Appreciate y'all supporting the channel. If y'all do want to support the channel, remember you can make a donation to PayPal. That way there's no YouTube fees or anything. Also, any $20 donation does go to the house fund. All you gotta do is donate, and you get your name on the house. $20 or more, greatly appreciated. Not required, of course. We'll answer questions no matter what. Let's see what else. Just joined. Sorry if I missed anything. No problem, Matt. Is there better value in the Premium Battle Pass or the Meridian Refit? Great question. Great question. That's a tough one for me because obviously the Meridian Refit is going to last you forever. I think it's best to explain what the Meridian Refit actually gives you. So remember, the Meridian Refit is going to give you extra refinery options. And what I mean by extra refinery options is if you are currently looking at your refinery, and I'll open mine up because I don't believe I've pulled. Okay, so like here, I would have another option on my 2-star Isogen refinery. And on my 3-star, I'd have another option on my refinery. So it gives you extra refinery options. Jeez, we got people here too. I'm just very popular today. What's up, 2-3? Nice D4. I'm just popular today. I'm just going to be blowing through speed ups, apparently. Got to finish these daily somehow. That's why we have 30-minute speed ups and thousands of them. But the Battle Pass does give you the Meridian Ship Harmonica. The question is more about the value of the ship skin. The skin gives you extra refinery options. And with the speed the Meridian allows you to mine, there is value there. And let's go take a look at the Battle Pass, which I have not bought the $20 Battle Pass yet. I generally do every time. I haven't in a month or so. But let's get this. And we will hit the Battle Pass button. So I'm still going to get faction credits, which are important, more tickets, which are always nice to save up, especially for me doing today's stuff. Then we've got part steel, The ISO emulsion payouts are actually awful. I really dislike that. I do like the away mission speed ups. The Tritanium I desperately need. More Power Steel I desperately need. The Riker shards are kind of meh. I actually think this is the weakest part of this go around. The good thing is the faction payouts. Also, I guess if you like Isogen Avatar, it's really cool. But the faction credits coming back provides value for me, and the just raw resources, because I can't raid everything that I need anymore. George says, not the best idea faction hunting on screen. Yeah, I already know that. It's no big deal. This is just, yeah, remember, I've been doing this for 3 years. This is just normal. You just live with it and you just keep going. It's no big deal. But anyway, so all the different payouts, to me, that is a $20 worth of payout because I finished this grind. If you've done this, there is value there. If you had to pick between the two, long-term, the best option long-term is get the skin for the Meridian. That's definitely the best long-term option. How do you get ISO resin besides away teams? So that is actually going around and going away rather. So if you are getting the Meridian, which you should have now, as soon as you get the Meridian, you'll be able to refine for ISO resin. Robin says bigger ships, that's not possible. It is possible. If you're level 20, you can get a Kira. If you're level 22, you can get a Vaclaus. If you're level 24, you can get the Kimahri. If you're level 25, you get the Vidar. There's always a place to go. Jeremy says free-to-play ships, which one should I get? Kimahri, Vaclaus, Kira. None of them. If you have to pick one, then the Vaclaus is the answer. Vaclaus is the answer. Sure, Alan. Let me get you the link to the Discord. I will shoot it to you here in a second. I'm going to grab it. And y'all, everybody's welcome at the Officer Tool. It's a great group of people. Stewie is the head code monkey. He is he's a decent person for being British. But there you go. Jeremy, if you have a North Star, if you max out that North Star, I could carry you all the way to level 28 if you wanted to, or to 25 to get your Vidar. But there is the link to the Officer Tool. If you are even basics with spreadsheets, I've made videos explaining how to operate it, what to do. So if y'all want to check that out, it is a very useful tool. I even use it, and y'all hear me blast spreadsheets all the time. But if you saw my video yesterday where I talked about officers to focus on maxing, even from an early level, like if you're level 17, you can start working on that process. So if you check out that video, I talk about it, and in that video, I'm using the Officer Tool to reference a lot of the stuff that we're bringing up. So if y'all want to do that, it is, like I said, it will be very helpful to your game. I know not everybody is into using all the third-party stuff, and that's okay, by the way. Not everybody is required to do that. But we have a shout real quick. Donation to Michael H. Money. Thank you so much for the donation. $25 just got added to the house fund. You, sir, are awesome. Thank you for supporting small-time businesses and small-time streamers, because that's what we are. So, Steam says that the Isogen frames look sexy with the Romulan Citadel, Romulus forever. I'm glad you're happy, Steam. James says, already got the North Star. It was $20. Yeah, like I said, lots of value there. Really good ship. Really enjoy it. Put my Armada ship back up and going. But anyway, move on to some more questions. What ops level would a maxed out North Star last until? I mean, realistically, a North Star as your primary daily ship can go all the way up to level 28 if you want it to. Now, it does start to stretch a little bit there. Like, it gets a little tough. But you can definitely make it to 25, no problem. And that includes taking out swarms. So it's a good base cracker for early on, level 18, 19, 20, 21, etc. And it'll carry you through your dailies until you want to invest in, like the Vidar or even into some of the early faction ships. I generally still pick up the Vaclaus because it's cheap, and I'll use it against swarms just for the mitigation bonus. That's what you generally are getting with the triangles. You're getting a mitigation bonus. So that makes it a little bit easier. But, yeah, the North Star can take you really far. Josh says, I need some help. Totally off topic. Fantasy football is coming up. I'm in a heavy QB league. We don't know who's going to be the QB for the Saints, Chowder. It is a 100% QB battle, buddy. It's going to be probably Jameis Winston or Taysom Hill. I doubt anybody else can make it in, but we generally do not know. Genuinely do not know. I says we're all British, but not all of us are God's chosen people. Woof. Wow. Sherlock Holmes says the Jellyfish Pursuit was only 24 hours and only rewarded 2 winners. It usually awards 10 winners, depending on your server, with the top 2 getting full pulls. Do you know if Scopely plans to fix it? So what they did, and I talked about this in the last stream, They actually want feedback on this about whether they should run 1-day events or go back to the 3-day event with more winners. So really, really push feedback. Y'all need to do surveys. Content creators need to be bugged about it. Make sure it's known in the official Discord. Make sure it's known on the official Facebook page. Everywhere, bug them saying if you did not like it, do not advocate for that to come around again. Make it known that you disliked it if you disliked it. Personally, I hate that. 1-day event for only 2 winners is awful to me, but I'm only one person. My opinion is not the only opinion that matters. So I definitely want to get y'all's opinion in there, and that way y'all can, it matters. Anyway, give another quick shout out real quick. Shout out to Joshua, who just sent a donation through PayPal for the house fund. Thank you so much, Josh. I appreciate that. I'm going to put that on the screen right here so it can make everybody's OCD go wonky. There we go. Bam!
To have
Thank you so much, Josh. Let's get some more questions in here. Shout out to DJ Webb, just signed up to be a cadet. Greatly appreciated. Greatly appreciated. Oh, man. I'm going to butcher your name, but I'm going to try to say it, okay? Abiyan Baral? Is it still possible to get the North Star for free? If so, how long will it take to get it for free? So the only way to get the North Star for free is through event stores. You can get some of these shards through missions, but you've got to get it through an event store. The next event store that'll pay that out is probably not for a few months. So it's unlikely that you can get it for free in a foreseeable future. By the time, if you play the game in the normal track, like you don't stop to wait for things, you'll probably be past the point of the North Star being super useful. But yeah, shout out to Billy Bob, who just donated £3, I believe. Appreciate that, Billy Bob. If anybody wants to make a donation, head up that PayPal link. That way you can avoid YouTube's evil 30% fees. But anyway, y'all are awesome. More questions, bring them in. Officer questions, ship questions, ops questions, whatever you got. DJ says, what's up, Rev? Big fan from Server 61. Love to see the new servers here. Currently at 33, working my way up. Keep up the great videos. Happy I see you online. So DJ, what's crazy is you're a level 33 on Server 61. Server 61 has only been out like 4 months. Even if you've spent a little bit, the way they've allowed people to start just flying through the early levels is insane. When I played this game, it took me 3 months to get to level 20. And now people are there in like 1 month, if that. It's pretty crazy. Pretty crazy. Oh gosh, it's just nutso. I mean, I like that. I think that the economy should get better as the game goes on, but some of us are Scottish and never identify as British. Yeah, shout out to Brexit. Good luck with that. And happy to help, Mr. Baral. Let's see. Took me a year to get to 33. Shout out Free or Fraud. I understand the pain. Y'all go look at my videos and how long it took me to level up. Go look and see how long it took me to level up. And then even now, I've been at 39 for several months. And, you know, if you're starting the game right now, if you're a newer player, you are going to be way ahead of where I was in terms of how long it took to get to this level. So be happy. That's awesome. That's very awesome. Oh, Fajan just sent a donation to the house fund. Shout out. Let me get you in here. And by the way, Fajan, I had somebody else asking earlier because you're from Kuwait. Oh, look, somebody's hitting my cavort. Yay. Shout out to Fire Guy 42. I guess IA is out clearing today. Whoop-de-frickin-do. But Fajan, somebody was asking if they could reach out to you because they were in Kuwait. And I was like, I don't know how they feel about that, but next time we can mention it to them. And if you're comfortable, I can hit them back up. But it was in Discord, so I only mentioned it because they asked.
Money.
Okay, what else we got here? Chowder says, it took me 3 years to get to 34. What am I doing wrong? Playing too slowly? It's really, you're not necessarily doing anything wrong. You're just, you know, it's just the game, man. Just the game. Vic says, had a premium glitch and got a full 6 of 10. Strong for the stats, but not super useful at my current level. Still don't even have any of the Fed officers unlocked. So yeah, just used for stats. 6 of 10's primary use is as an Armada officer. So unless you're running Armadas, probably not going to be super important for you yet, but he is a great card to have, and you actually want to work on leveling him up. One of the best cards in the game, as Armadas do become an important piece to get you more things like uncommon, ship parts, or ship blueprints, things like that later on. Justin says, thoughts on the Coronar as an effective in-game explorer if you don't want the 1 billion Fedlock, but just cling ROM. I love the Coronar, and right now the Coronar is better than the Enterprise A. Now, I do expect that to change, but right now the Coronar is the best explorer in the game. And I'm not just saying that because it's a Burrell with lots of armor plating. It truly is the best in the game right now. It's a great ship. I definitely encourage you to get it if that's what you want to do. And I think you'll enjoy it. Crewing is not necessarily that tricky, I find. I actually find it's not that hard to crew. So I think that you can pretty easily pick it up and find success. Definitely would recommend. Let's get some more. Enterprise D will be a G2 miner. Rip. Oh gosh, you're everywhere. Hey, 3-2. Everywhere today. Oh well. And we repair. That's why we have plenty of speed ups. 12,000 of them jokers. Let's see what other questions that we got. Int A refit for the Enterprise D. Nobody said that, John. I will literally quit the game. I won't literally quit the game, but I will throw an extreme protest if it's a skin. It is not a skin to my knowledge. I've been told directly it's a ship. If it is a skin, I will throw a massive fit. I will throw the worst insults possible at Scopely if they make that into a skin. No, Sanzo. There's not really a good place to grind ship XP. Sadly, there's not. Now, there are ship XP officers that can make it better for you, but if you're talking about just getting ship XP so that you can just have it, there's not really a way. Looking to get more Horizon BPs. What's the best place to grind for them? So really any faction space at like level 33 or so. Like this is where I used to do mine. Kaisu. I think I'm sitting on 4 or 5 Horizons worth of blueprints right now. I've actually built a couple for upgrading. Let's see how many I've got left. I've got, okay, I got 13. So I've still got plenty. I've got quite a bit, actually. Still got quite a bit. So, buddy, if you lose your territory, you do not lose the shield until it expires, and then you can't reset a new one. You can't reset a new one. So I've got plenty of Horizons, and it's just from general farming, you'll pick those up. Thoughts on use for Wesley? None. 5 and 6 and Beverly for Armadas. That's a good loadout, Aardvark. I've seen many people use it. I would prefer to run Kirk, Beverly, 6, because Beverly and 5 are doing the same thing. So the issue that you're going to run with the 5 and 6 Beverly is, unless it's an extreme case, you really are running a redundant set there, because Beverly does what 5 does. And with the synergy, 5 of 10 is already at 600%. So you're probably, unless you're going up against a huge armada, you're not really getting any benefit from having both. I mean, if that's what you've got to run, then run it. But I would recommend swapping that out for something else. Hey, Huckleberry, thanks for all you do. Any idea if a way besides the 4-star rare Armada chest to get Lorca? There is not right now. That is the only way to source Lorca in the game, which sucks. But like I said, it's the only way right now. And it is sucky that that is the only way. But this is the way. Let's see, we'll go ahead and do these. Do you have a account on server 26? I do not, Andrew. I do not. Simon says, evening from Spain. Shout out to Spain. Server 160. Any info on ship skin shard trackers? Nope. I too am sitting on ship skin shard trackers with no ability to use them on anything. And no clue of if ever anything will come of that. No clue if ever. Heath, just like I answered you before. Nope. You already know the ways. Those are the ways. Where do you find Borg enemies? All right, yeah, let's show you those. So the Borg use special tokens to get to their space. Now you got to have a Vidar to start getting those tokens. But they'll start. See all these little locks? That's what you're looking for. The transwarp cells. See these little transwarp locks? So these are some of the starter systems, these 25s. Those are Borg probes in there at Metra Alpha. Some of these are these 24s in Peric and Foran and Mira. And then you flip to the other side of Independent Space, and you'll find the higher levels in Corta Gamma and then Corta Beta, Corta Alpha. And those are all Borg systems. That's where you would go to get what you need. You wish there was a system over 33? A lot of people do, to make it just faster to fill everything up. But currently, there's not one. I'm going to recall. Let's see if there's anybody spaced here. Yeah, there's a space. Sweet. Yeah, Carl, you're right. 24 Borg space was lucrative section for big nodes. Not all. So not all Borg spaces are lucrative. This one is lucrative. This 25 is, and it'll tell you that it needs the Latinum transwarp cell to get to it. It'll tell you which ones are. Yeah, there you go. Tell I don't ever go there because there's no point in farming those anymore. Is there a plan to reduce the insane amount of currencies in the future? No, not that I'm aware of, David. Do you know of any system with level 42 hostiles I can hit before I can get to deep space? No, Alan, besides the capital planets, which are obviously higher than 42. There's not one that I can think of that fits in that realm besides that. Yeah, so it'd be Sol, Romulus, Kronos, but besides those, there's not a... You'd have to go all the way out here to start getting to that. And you can reach Highland, you can reach all this with an Enterprise at level 38 plus, obviously, once you unlock it with the mission. But not before then that I could think of. Best interceptor, Pilum or the Hegtah? Definitely the Hegtah, Ming. The Pilum is fantastic, but the Hegtah just overwhelmingly strong. Great firing pattern and some great crew loadouts that you can run with. The Pilum is great, especially for quick fights and early rounds, because it has such a huge firing pattern to start, and I love some of the combinations. But the Hegtah is definitely the best. I love the Hegtah. Pilum is fantastic. Don't get me wrong. They're both fantastic. And if it wasn't for the Tribune and its special ability in burning, I'd probably pick them both above it. But the Tribune has got the most broken ship ability in the game right now. But yeah, I mean, Hegtah is the top, but Pilum is right there next to it, and they're both really, really good. But if you go tier to tier, the Hegtah will beat the Pilum. Now, it's obviously cheaper, relatively speaking, to get the Pilum to a higher tier than a Hegtah, because it's a rare versus an epic. But if you're going tier to tier, the Hegtah should win every time. At the same time, getting a Hegtah to tier 10, 11, 12 is expensive. Very expensive. Carl says, what is the Tribune's ability for low levels to see it? So I actually will be making a video on this probably either tomorrow or next week. But a lot of the whales have asked me to rank the ships like I did for the 30s. So the Tribune's special ability is +1 shot when the opponent is burning for each weapon for the round. So this thing can start doing some incredible damage. Already packs a hell of a punch. Almost 1 million DPR to start. And that's for me at level 39. Huge ship. Looks like a massive turtle. And this is absolutely ridiculous ability. It's how, like, remember how Jayla works versus Swarms? Same idea. But this has more guns and bigger guns. Ridiculously strong. And she is a beautiful ship. Level 50. Beautiful ship. Alright, let's do this. We'll relocate. And then we will swap down to the cheapos. Should I get a 4-star uncommon ship for grinding? That would be the ISS Jelly. Typically, the ISS Jelly is what most people use to grind out 4-star stuff. It's much cheaper to upgrade than a lot of the other ships that you run into in that sector. You know, the Katinga, the Valdor, the Kelvin. Most people take theirs up to tier 7, tier 8-ish, and it's really, really easy to do in comparison because of all these events they give you. I mean, mine's tier 4.5 at level 39, and I don't even try to upgrade it. It's easy to do. So if that's something that you want to focus on, I would definitely recommend it. It's definitely the cheapest option, and then you get a lot of bang for your buck. The drawback is it's not very good in PvP. It's definitely not the best when it comes to PvE in terms of armadas, but it is okay. But in terms of PvE grinding, but the one time its ship ability really seems to be decent. So 4-star ships have gotten cheaper to make and repair. The economy has improved a great deal. It is a much easier task to manage and run them now than it was when they first came out. Still, obviously not to a point that we're like, yeah, this is awesome. But it's gotten better and will continue to get better. So you actually can buy the ISS Jellyfish Scooby. It's $800 in packs, but it comes around at very specific instances. And generally, you have to have the territory buff, and then it'll show up in a pack. But once again, that is a very specific thing and process you got to go through to make that happen. And it does reduce the cost, but it's still ridiculous. Even now, one thing that has to change for 4-star play is the daily rewards from doing your dailies has got to improve, because now they don't even cover the cost of repairing a 4-star ship one time. So it's still something that needs a lot of work. It's way better than before, but still a far cry for most free-to-play to go. That's up for me to, that's something they want to do. No, Scooby, it doesn't cost any emulsion. I'm saying that there's an actual pack that comes in the pay store when you have that territory bonus that you can buy the jellyfish outright. It's $800 to buy it. If your alliance has the territory capture that lets you buy the jelly BPs, what do they cost and how many BPs do you get? Depends on how much activation you have in there. If I'm remembering, 5 is the highest return for 5 jellyfish blueprints. I would have to pull up the cost. I don't have it handy sitting in front of me. But, well, like I said, Scooby, $800. Hey, 3-2, what's up, buddy? Welcome back. And that's why we relocated and why we're using Saladin. Because it doesn't matter now. Super cheap, super quick. Adjust your strategies to people who are trying to be annoying and stream snipe. Just clearing everybody. Somebody must have made IA mad today. Pay attention to the early days as I seem to have missed the ISS Jelly BPs. The events and armadas is how I got mine. Now, that was before territory capture even provided that as a service and a potential. But that's how I did mine back in the day. I actually don't have Kang. Kang is here. It'd be really tough to win that one, but it's worth a try. I'd be willing to try. Let's see if he lets me try. Beating a level 49 is extremely doubtful, but it's worth a shot. Let's see if we can do it. Let's see how we do. And woo! Down goes the level 49. Shout out to the Enterprise. Anyway, sorry. I'm not trying to ignore y'all, but I gotta finish these dailies, man. I gotta finish this faction hunt. Can only do that if people aren't blowing me up every 10 seconds. Chaos is like Lost TC and wiping miners. Okay. Random. The drama of the server that I typically just ignore. And thank you, Ice says 50,000 ISO motion per pull. That is crazy. And the max BPs available is 15. Thank you. Much higher than I originally thought. That's what happens when you don't have things in front of you. No, Riker is captain on the Augur, not on the Enterprise. It says TOS Kirk, TOS Uhura, and Kang is the crew that I was using to fight the D4. Now 3-2 has to come back with his 4-star ship, and I can't do anything against that. But I can beat his 3-star ship. Cannot beat his 4-star ships. Appreciate that, Sanzo. Would you recommend maxing the Discovery before level 30? I actually don't think you can max the Discovery before 30. I'm pretty sure that there's a lock there that prevents you from maxing it. But you do want to grow it. The main thing that you want from the Discovery is warp range and the ability to summon. And that's all that matters. That's all that matters. The Discovery is good for literally nothing else besides summoning. It is useless. Oh, I'm not worried about shielding. If I see him, I'll quickly shield. Because back in the day, I don't know this, but this shield button never used to exist. That's new. Back in the day, you had to go into your inventory to shield. Alright, this is Jelly Factory. Shout out for everybody posting the stuff. Hey, Omicron, how you doing, buddy? Y'all got more officer questions and stuff? Go ahead and throw them in. Summoning. The ability for the Discovery to pull your ship wherever you are. Discovery has a special ability where it can warp in your ship. Nathan says he forgot about it. Yeah, I mean, a lot has changed. Like this refinery button never used to exist either. Lube, yeah, Riker does do that, but I don't care because he's not as good as Pike Monroe Chen. Especially if I'm putting him on big ships to get blown up by 3-2. But you are right in general. Oh, wow, somebody's base just get cracked? Oh, it's just King Archer leaving. Shout out King Archer. What's up, buddy? Ah, wrong ship. I'll throw it at you. Here, I'll give you both of them. There you go. That's what I get for not paying attention. There you go, 3-2. Let's see what he's got on there and if I can beat it. All right, he went anti-fed. And interceptor? That's a weird combination. That's a Kelvin run, I guess. It's a weird run. Blow lat just because I'm lazy. That one's trickier. Because that Merrick is really going to do well. So, let's see. How many rounds does this even go? Only 5. That makes it tricky. That makes it very tricky. What I want to do. I can try Sharvanik. My Sharvanik is not that high. That will increase my mitigation. But, uh-oh. Another one's coming. What's this one? Hey, that's a Kelvin. And that's a shield. I'm not saying hey to a Kelvin. No thanks, 3-2. No thanks, buddy. No thanks, buddy. Yuki Marky Harrison on D4. Yeah, I was thinking, though Marcus wouldn't really help me as much except for the shield strip. But I was wondering if the Newt was going to be right behind. That's what you got to... I know 3-2's got one, so I didn't... You got to be careful. All right, let's see. But now... He can't catch my... He don't have his D4 here yet, so he can't catch my... Saladin as it does its daily. So Harmonica Luke got no answer for you, buddy. If I did, you'd already have heard about it. I promise you would. You already would have heard. How many faction points should I have at level 28? I mean, that varies. Enough to get your Saladin, obviously, if that's what you want, or your Border Centurion. And then you're continually throwing everything else into officers. So... I can beat the Newton, Charles. I can load out my base and beat it. I just don't want to. I don't want to do that. That's just expensive for no reason. What, for posturing? To say I could do it? I know I can beat the Newton. I just won't do it for the sake of doing it. Yeah, Rome, the faction locks are at 10 billion and then 1 billion. 10 billion and then 1 billion. Shout out to Andrew M, who just sent $10 through Venmo. Greatly appreciated, buddy. Thank you for supporting the channel and supporting the family. I mean, if you want to chase me around all day, Kelvin, that's cool, I guess. Surprised he hasn't brought the D4 back. That would just be the easiest. If you want to chase me all day in a Kelvin, you can. I mean, I'm not bothered by it. It's whatever. Do you think they'll add Star Trek Discovery? They already have. Star Trek Discovery is already here. We've got officers. We've got the ship. Discovery is already in the game. It's one of the first series they added to the game. Meridian ship should be called the Mine for Others. Hey, I love the Meridian. I love it. It's OPC for people, and if you watch it, you can easily get 1,000,000 ISO in a single day. Easily. So it works out for everybody. I love it. Oh, he left the Newton. That means he's probably bringing the D4 soon. D4 coming soon. So we'll just keep that Kang loaded out. Because he does not have a Kelvin or a Pilum, I don't believe. And I could definitely take on the ISS. So. Yeah, but I'm not sure how long you've been here, Vitaltau or Vitalis. Not sure I pronounce your name. But Discovery is one of the first series the game added. It's been almost a year now. But they are going to add every series that there is. So there's, Voyager's going to be here, Deep Space Nine, maybe even Lower Decks and stuff. Yeah, Nathan, you do got to be smart how you deploy the Meridian. I mean, people like me want to come hunt for it and stuff, but even then, honestly, it's not that big a deal. You know what it is when you pop it in, so. Tomb. I got no problem with IA, man. They've been at war with the alliance that I'm currently in for like 2 years. I'm here for the rewards, and this is what I have to put up with to get the rewards. I have no hard feelings against them. I don't care. They're just doing what they're supposed to do. So I have no problem with it. It is what it is. So I will say that too many people take this game personally. And to me, I think the most enjoyment you can have in this game is if you treat it like a game and have fun. It's pixels. So what if I've wasted 2-3 million Tritanium flying around, blowing up against IA? Who cares? It's no big deal. It's just a game. It's just pixels. If that's how they have fun, cool. If I can get some shots in while they have it, awesome too. I managed to get a shot in and I killed his D4. You better believe I'm gonna be bragging about my level 39 ship killing a level 49. Doesn't matter if he's got a Newton that could wipe the floor with me. Doesn't matter. I'm definitely gonna be bragging with that screenshot of me taking out his D4. So. They don't have the next generation Enterprise yet, Abiyan. It is coming. Do they even have issues or just a mutual agreement the game is more fun at war? I think it's just more of a mutual hate for each other at this point. Like, it's irrational. Like, and I'm not trying to talk bad about feds who I'm with, but I'll be honest, man. Half the things that they accuse each other of doing, they do the same things themselves. They trash talk, they make it personal. I just stay the heck away from it. I don't care. You know, I don't participate in it. I don't go out and hunt them down. I don't go hunt their miners. I want nothing to do with the little war. I really don't. So I am literally here because I need to be in the top 2 for rewards so I can progress at a decent pace so I can make content for y'all. That's all I care about. It's my ability to make content for the people. Charles, I'll also be very interested, which is probably why it hasn't happened yet. But I mean, if 3-2 gets his kicks from hunting me down and that's what he enjoys, dude, hunt me down, buddy. Enjoy the mess out of it. Do it again. Do it again. Come for me. I'm here for you. I'm here for you. All day, every day. Do you think that we'll get other ships from different series by race? I'm hopeful. I mean, I keep pushing for that, and I keep reminding everybody, please, 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 in feedback to the game, whether it's through surveys, through content creators, you've got to tell them, stop giving us so much Federation crap. Give us Klingon, give us Romulan. If y'all push for it, it will happen. Steve, there are 3 3-star territories that have the jellyfish in them. I don't have them at the moment. I can dock real quick and tell you what they are. Douglas, that's up to you. Generally, if you do all 3, they'll basically balance each other out. For me, I do it for the XP and for the tokens and stuff, well, the faction credits. So P-War has Corva Alpha. Corva Alpha is 1, if I remember right. Yep, so here's Corva Alpha. Corva Alpha has 1. Then if you come up to the top, Makala Alpha, well, Makala doesn't have to be the Alpha, but Makala has 1 right there. And if you come to Niamir, Niamir has 1 right here. Whoop, sorry, Niamir doesn't, my bad. Niamir doesn't. That means it's Brelin. Brelin right here. So here's Brelin. So there's your 3. Brelin, Mikala, and then Corva. And I'll check Barassa. I don't remember if Barassa does or not. It's the 2 in the middle that don't. Yeah, and Barassa doesn't. So they're kind of split. So this one doesn't, this one doesn't, this one doesn't. But you've got Brelin, Corva, and then Makala are the 3 that have got it, that you can go and get your jelly blueprints. Jelly blueprints. Star Trek is definitely not a Federation show. That's definitely not true. Definitely not true. Now, it could be based on the interactions of the Federation with others, but hell, the primary race that gets focused on in Deep Space Nine isn't even the Federation. It's the Bajorans, Klingons, and Cardassians. The main protagonist of Deep Space Nine isn't even really a hardcore Federation guy. He becomes a Bajoran dude. He's not only just because of the Prophet, but he wants to live there. You know, he obviously in touch with wormhole aliens. Yeah, it's... And then Star Trek Enterprise, the Federation doesn't even exist yet. Klingons don't hate me anymore. Finally, 2 factions can grind begin. Very nice, chill out. That is very useful. Any words or opinions on server territory capture, wipe, reset? I know a lot of people want it. I don't know when it's coming or if it's coming. A Galore class ship. Hey, I have one of those in Star Trek Online. This is one of the first things I got, and I loved it. DS9 is your final frontier. Haven't seen it. Deep Space Nine has some of the best story for me. I really enjoyed it. There are some aspects of it I don't like, but I can say that about all Star Trek. But I really enjoy Deep Space Nine, and going back and rewatching it. The first couple seasons, like most Star Trek shows, are kind of meh. TNG was the same way. But yeah, it's enjoyable. And even though I'm not a big fan of Voyager, the first 2 seasons of Voyager really rough. Like the whole Kazon arc. Oh, God. Awful. Around season 4-ish, Voyager finally gets, okay, this is decent. This is decent. The Vidar is supposed to look kind of like the Scimitar, but more so the Narada from Star Trek, the movie in 2009. If you remember, the Narada was actually infused with Borg technology, which is the whole point of the Vidar. And if you didn't know that, well, now you know Star Trek history. Voyager isn't Federation based either, more of a monster of the week, frontiering. Exactly. I mean, even though that they're a Federation ship, Voyager is definitely not based on the Federation. They're off in the Delta Quadrant, man. They're nowhere. They're 60, 70,000 light years, depending on what part of the show you're watching, away. So, sure, they're a Federation ship, but they're on their own. It's a solo survival journey, and that part of the aspect I definitely enjoy. Neelix grew on you? Neelix never grew on me, man. I hated that dude from the start to the finish. Couldn't stand him. One of the worst side characters ever. The whole Kazon Seska storyline should have never happened because it was literally just a ripoff of the Klingons and the Cardassians, and it didn't work. It was awful from the beginning. Nobody bought into it, and they just kept running with it. Voyager holds the most in common with the format of the original series. I would say that there is some extent to that in terms of the exploration. Everything's new. No, I don't think they executed it as well. But I do understand the premise that you're working from. I've maxed my Vidar and want to know what crew and level system to hit for Borg probes. That would be level 33. Depending on what you have, can be 1 of 10, 5 of 10 Beverly, can be Pike, Moreau, Talon. There's 5 of 10 Chin, Talon. Depends on what crew that you have and what your goal is. I'm looking forward to Strange New Worlds as well, Charles. I am a really diehard Star Trek fan where I really support most of it. And I even have tried lately to meet more of the writers and get to know the people working on the current stuff. I just love Star Trek. So even if I don't have things that are my favorites, I will still always support the show. Neelix was dating a 3-year-old. We try to make up for that by saying that Neelix was dating somebody who was born in a leap year. But yeah, that was a really weird. It was weird. It was just weird. Don't want to forget to do this battle. 7 of 10. Oh, yeah. What happened with this TOS summer recruit? I've literally never heard back from him. I've tried to hit up the same dev who said he would find out, and I've not heard back since the day we asked 3 days ago. And I've even pinged to remind and still not heard back. So, no clue. Oh, 3's back. Oh, what'd they bring this time? Does he actually have a... He's got a Kelvin? Oh, cool. Nice, man. I didn't know you had a Kelvin. I'm going to throw my Enterprise at you. I'm going to see what happens. Come on, 3. You got to be watching the stream, right? I did not know you had a Kelvin. I want to see how I do versus Kelvin. If my Kang was maxed, which it's not, I would have a chance. But it's not maxed. Come on, 3. Hit me. Hit me! Ooh. I should really put... yeah, I should do that. Nah, too late now. Come on, man, hit me. I'm here for you. Hit me! Hit me! Hit me with your Kelvin! Hit me with your strong hand! I know that Newton's sitting over there. I ain't stupid. Hit me with your strong hand. So what? What is this? Will they be adding more systems to the game to mine 2 and 3 star ISO? No clue. No clue. Come on, 2. We're just going to be doing a freaking standoff, man. It's a Mexican standoff. We're just going to be staring at each other. There you go. Thank you. I just want to see how I do, man. You know you're winning. Give me the log. How do we do? Yikes. That's why having a max Kang is so important. And I am not maxed. Ooh, 50% chance for double round. I wonder if he got the double round. Let's see if he got the double. Pew pew. Big thumbs up, buddy. That is Field, and I didn't want to hit him because I dropped my shield and he's got his Newton camped right here. Like, he's not slick. I know what he's doing. So, he ain't slick. We know what's going on around here. The Year of Hell arc and Voyager should have been stretched out over an entire season. Sadly, that was probably one of the better parts of Voyager, and it was one of the shortest. So, Curly Fries, if 2 territories with the same particle, does activating the particle service in both give a bonus? It gives you more options to refine it. So, like in my territory for our alliance, we have got 2 phantoms. So I can just refine both the phantoms and get more phantom particles every day. And James is correct. You don't need to own territory to refine 2 and 3 star. So I would say hunt people. Get their OPCs. Take it from them. Obvious bait is obvious. I mean, I'm not mad at him. It's a legitimate strategy, but I'm not going to fall for it. Now, I can, if y'all want, I can blow up his Newton. I can put in a crew that'll beat it. Let's see. Where's Harry laying around at? Harrison, where are you? Let's go to our H's. Where's Harrison at? All right, Harrison here. Bloop. So he's on the Newton, so I should make this the D4. Rel. So I should hopefully get her first. We're going to make this the Rialta, or honestly doesn't matter, but yeah, I'll make it the Rialta. And then we will repair this, even though going to beat it. However, we will put Sharv on. There we go. And then we'll hit this. Shield drops. Hey, Sapphire, how's Amsterdam doing? Hopefully Amsterdam is wonderful this time of year. And then I'll put my miner back on. Actually, we'll put the Sally out, even though it doesn't have anything on it. Now let's see if he'll hit the base. Let's see if he'll hit the base with the Newton. Hit me with your Newton. I would probably spend 100 pounds if I could have a Prometheus in game. Well, Alan, I'm going to tell you a sad fact about Star Trek Fleet Command. If you do want a ship, you're not paying $100. You're not paying $100. So. I mean, just as an example, if you want to get the Enterprise, be ready to send $1,000 to them to buy it directly. It's just not how they work. $100 ain't going to get you much. It'll get you a miner, get you a Meridian, but not a warship. Not a warship. He's running Carol on a ship, captain, lower. Never actually tried that one, Trevor. I don't think it does, but. I'm actually going to do this. I'm going to ping him with my Rialta and see if it goads him to hit my base. $100 is enough for a Mayflower now, I'm pretty sure, but it didn't used to be. Mayflower used to cost $200. All the 26 ships used to cost more. Will he hit my base now? I don't think he's going to do it. Alan, I would buy Scopely stock, but they're not publicly traded. It's private investment only, and I am not high enough on that ladder to do that. Oh, so Mayflowers are 200s. That must mean they were 400 before, because they have come down in price, Charles. Hey, MBB, how you doing? How you doing, Scare Babies? That's a hilarious name. What's the money price for a Kelvin Valdor Katinga? There's actually not packs for those that I'm aware of, Charles. I'm pretty sure they still haven't added those. Come on, 3. Do it for the views. The people want to see. I'm going to even send him a message. Come on, man. Come on. Hit the base. The people want to see that big ship do damage. There we go. Maybe I can goad him into hitting it. So DJ paid 800 because he bought it and then maxed it out. You get the Kelvin by getting the faction rep for Federation and then spending the credits to get the blueprints for the Kelvin, or grinding the blueprints in places like Sol or Deep Space. Not yet. You have 10,785 and yeah, who needs a house? Exactly. Can we just reinvest all this money into Scopely? They're like, that's not enough. It's not enough there, buddy. Ouchies. Reopened a scab. Oh. I don't think 3's going to do it, y'all. I don't think 3's going to do it. He's not. He's leaving. Well. Poo on you, sir. Literal poo on you. Back to farming, I guess. I guess he didn't want to see his Newton go boom. He didn't want to see his Newton go boom. Not my fault. So Sir Thomas, warp range for Deep Space, 75. I guess technically 65, but 75. 70 fizzle. You don't know if the Augur still need to upgrade my shipyard 34. Congratulations, Oregon. Great step to take, man. Great step. Great step. Riker Moreau Chin. Yuck. Stop it, Lube. Stop it. Lube, if I do it, will you stop bothering me about it? Will you stop bugging me? Here. Let's go do it so Lube will stop bugging me about it. I'll rebubble if he makes an aggressive move. I mean, if y'all want to see a battle log, then I'll give you a battle log. But he's going to recrew. Let him recrew, Curtis. I'll still... that Newton's not big enough to kill me. It's big enough to hurt me, but it ain't big enough to kill me. Yikes. Did I get it in time? I didn't even get it in time. Didn't even get it switched over in time. So he blew up anyway, but the blow up would have been much more spectacular had I put just a singular base defense crew on. Kurt, it's time to come back. And all repaired. Here we go. So let's do Chin, and just for our good friend Lube, so we can shut up about it, we'll put Riker on for the bonus points. We do need to keep Pike around, though. Where is Pike? I hate sorting through all this crap. So you'll just go right here for now. There we go. We'll be farming while we wait for that shield to pop back down. Steam, no, I'm not doing any song requests. Can't have anything copyrighted. So this is just a YouTube playlist we have going on right now. How much gas you got? Not much. I'm out of most stuff. Oh, I don't have to repair my guns. They never got hit. See? Well, as soon as it stops lagging, guns are fine. Would love a search box on the officer page. Yeah, I would love a lot more on the officer page, Carissa. I mean, they have made improvements. I mean, the fact that you can sort by name, strength, health, attack, that never used to exist. So that's good. But it's still, we have so many officers now. Yeah, Alan, you gotta be really careful about that stuff. And especially for me, who needs that to live, I am very, very picky about how it goes. RS is always looking for an alliance. And hey, Chris, how you doing, buddy? Curtis, how you doing, buddy? How you doing, Curtis? I'm not gonna be surprised if they call it an even bigger ship. Get like a Frosty to come by in his Enterprise A, maybe? Frosty in his Enterprise A. Alright, we've finished this one though. So we're gonna go ahead and we gotta rebase anyway. So Curtis, tell him I'll be on Altania next. If there is a spot open in Altania, I'll be there. Let's see if there's a spot in Altania for me to go relocate to. There is. Yay. Relocate. Do a quick repair. I would say go to 35, Saint. There's more research, and of course, that you want to start working on unlocking that Franklin A. Unlock the Franklin A. So, I would say go ahead and go to 35. That's generally what I recommend most people do. I'm gonna need y'all to give me some more energy, man. Y'all's questions have kind of died out. You're just kind of chilling, watching some fighting happen. I need some hardcore. Throw me some hardcore. Hey, Douglas, how you doing, buddy? Oh, I didn't even look at the crew that the Newton had on. What crew did the Newton even have? Did he put a base cracking crew on? Let's see what he put on. Come on, load up there, buddy. Yep, he would put a base cracking crew on. Not a big fan of Harrison being there, but there you go. Battle log, 5 rounds. Took a little bit of damage. Honestly, not too much. So, thought it would have hit a little bit harder. But obviously the mitigation really low there because of how high he's hitting from the Newton. Burrell went pop. And here comes the Enterprise. Nice. Nice. 0 shield. So the mitigation, it was pretty decent. Pretty decent. Shout out Roger. What's up, buddy? Best improvement for me would be to set crews as favorites. Yeah, preset crews. That's something that they said they've been working on for 2 years. 2 years. We'll see if it actually happens. But they've supposedly been working on that for quite some time. Annoyingly so. Still haven't seen it though. Aloob, how about you just not go 40 plus like I've told you not to do? Why don't you actually listen? Why don't you listen? Rico says, Rico says, going for my first epic ship between the Augur and Ent. What should I focus on for everyday grinding? Armadas. So the everyday general best is still the Enterprise, and it will last the longest. I mean, the Enterprise in PvP in the 40s is still really solid, really good ship. I mean, I love the Augur, but the Enterprise is still the best. Now, if you want to be different than everybody else, get that Augur. Get that Augur. Broken Leslie mechanic and damage done as a pain. Is it even broken though? I mean, everybody knows it's there. As Ops 39, is it possible to get the G4 mining tokens to upgrade to max the Meridian? So you get the Interlock and the Warp Lock at 39 and 34. There's still a soft cap at like 40, I think. 40 or 41 before you can max it. But Augur wins versus Enterprise? Yeah, the Augur definitely can win against the Enterprise. 100%. I have beaten many Enterprises with my Augur. Let's see what else we got. Can you explain Carol Marcus? In some streams you said she's okay, in others she's awful. What's she good for? Well, I've never said that she's awful. Depends on where you're at and what level you are. For example, now how many would actually have this? But a max Carol Marcus at level 28 can actually be pretty useful because of her plus 80% damage increase. You can notice that more at a lower level. And earlier in the game, she was one of the only trap cards where you wanted people to hit you because her captain's ability was very useful. Now she's really an away missions type officer. She's okay in stats. She's not amazing, but she's okay. She's kind of more of a balanced stat card, and she's not an epic to me. She's a good rare style card who's in an epic, frame, same as like Geordi LaForge is to me. Riker and Picard are definitely epics in how they work and how they play out on the field, but Data and Geordi are not, and we just kind of gotten inundated with the whole epics thing. So all that to the side, I think that Carol is an okay officer. It's just for whatever you're trying to do. I've seen a lot of people who will try to use her in PvP though, like in the high 30s. She's awful. Absolutely no reason to have her as a sidecar at level 39 on your ship. No reason at all. For stacking, for away missions and stuff, there's definitely value there. How long do you think I should camp at level 29 to get enough resources for the Enterprise? I buy only via Battle Pass. So one, remember that it costs 180,000 faction credits to get there. So you want to make sure that your Vidar is maxed out. You also want to work on the faction credit grind. And then resources, you're going to need a couple billion steel to get there. And then obviously you're going to need a significant amount of tritanium, depending on how high you want to take the Enterprise. The Enterprise raw cost is about 3.5 billion tritanium and about 50,000 uncommon gas. That's the raw cost. So, how do you change your server when you've already allocated one? So if you logged in on your Mac, then you're probably logging in on a completely new game. There's no way to transfer a server past level 12 right now. So it sounds like you're actually on another game. You might want to double check, make sure it's not another account. And if you are on another account, then what you need to do is log in with your Apple ID, and that should bring up your main account on your main server. Maybe they're all epic so that one day they can go in the transporter patterns? Nah. They've already said that they don't have a problem with eventually putting rares in the transporter pattern, so I don't think that's the reason. I don't think that's the reason. What would be more important, officer loadout or ship tier? For what, Andrew? For what? Does Mitchell have any uses? Stats. Just stats. He doesn't do anything else besides stats. Does some nice stats, but stats. What else do we got in the questions menu? Is 25 a good camping level? It is, Marcus. I actually put out a video, about a month ago, where I talked about my favorite levels to camp at in the game. 19, 25, 29, all part of that. So check that out if you haven't already. Not that I'm always trying to plug my stuff, but I do cover a lot of topics, and we try to cover as much as we can to help all players. So whether you're high level, low level, we try to help out everybody that we can. So, could I talk about Nero? Sure, Northeast Pets. What is your Nero question? You shoot me the question, and I will hopefully shoot you the answer, or I'll look like a complete fool trying to answer the question, not knowing the answer. Hopefully, I don't look like a fool. How long do you play the game a day? Well, this is my full-time job, Alan. So whether I'm playing the game, studying the game, answering y'all's questions, editing videos, my day is generally between 8 and 14 hours minimum. I'll never have a day where it's any less than 8. I haven't had a day that's less than 8 in a long time. So between this, doing Twitch streams, Facebook, trying to make content, trying to grow, all that other stuff, yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. 35 is a good place to camp, Zach. It's one of the places that I listed in my video. Make sure you check out the camping video. Ice, since you're here, if you could grab that just so they could have it handy, we greatly appreciate it. Officers and researcher forever, ships are not. While sadly true, there are a couple of exceptions to that, like the Enterprise is kind of forever. I mean, it stays useful for a very long time. The North Star stays useful for a very long time. But, I mean, in general, yes, what you're saying is true. Second best hostile hunting crew if Pike and Chen are already on another ship, then Picard, Beverly, Talon against Interceptors. Picard, Beverly, Talon. I would definitely go ahead and move to 39, Fajan. There's really no extra bonus for being 38. You might as well go to 39 and get the extra researches. You're not moving up in any extra brackets or anything. You know, you're not going into the 40s yet. So you might as well go to 39, camp there, and enjoy the very long camp. I've been here for a while. Kay says, how do you concentrate on one specific officer? I thought they were luck of the draw. Depends on what officer we were talking about. There are some that you can focus on specifically in the transporter pattern store, some of these epics. And then also, if they're a faction officer, you can focus on getting Kirk, Spock, Uhura, Bones, because this is a very small juncture or pack. So it's not overloaded like the premiums and the ultras are. So there's not really ways to do one-on-one besides the transporter patterns, but some of those that you can kind of narrow down the field and get a better shot at getting. Nice, Alan. Yeah, 35 is a great place to camp for a while. Sit there, get everything up that you need, and prepare for the big march to 39. And it costs a lot to go up there, but it's so much fun. I really do enjoy 39. I mean, the way the game has continually changed, even though I've been 39 for many months, I feel like it's different now than it was before. Shout out Ryan B, by the way. Rico from Sir 42 just sent $5 to the house fund. Thank you so much, Rico. Greatly appreciated. If you want to donate like Rico and be a really cool person, check out this PayPal link. It doesn't cost you anything except your money, which you can't take with you anyway, so you might as well give it to me. That's logic. And it also helps my 2 children eat food. That's nice. I can even give you a picture of my daughter right now from today if it makes you feel generous. Anybody want to see a picture of my daughter? As a dad, I do love showing pictures of my daughter. But if not, no big deal. I'm just saying you should definitely support my family because they need you. Thank you. Check out that PayPal link. Still enjoying the game? Yeah, I definitely am, Kramer. I definitely enjoy the game. Obviously, I enjoy the relationships you build with the community and meeting people, making friends. I have people who I legitimately consider friends that I've met. And, I mean, these type of games are very unique in that they can provide that for you. So, I think that, yeah, I definitely enjoy it. Do I enjoy everything that's in the game? Oh, no, I'm not going to lie to you and tell you that everything in this game is great. It is not. But, yeah, I do enjoy the game. Oh, woo, I got 1 Federation. Wow! Yeah, you can't take money with you when you die, Harmonica Luke. You're not taking it anywhere unless that's what your belief system is. How about the Venmo? I got the Venmo, Curtis. Let me give you the link because I've been lazy. I haven't put in a command for the Venmo. But let me give you the link real quick. Appreciate everybody who donates, by the way. It makes you better people than those that don't donate. It's a fact. We actually had that confirmed by Harvard State University. They did a study that found that you are, in fact, a better person when you donate to content creators. It's just proven. It shows that you're a more generous spirit and everything. So thank you, Ice Wolf, for the camping video link. You're awesome, dude. I'm actually trying to be really, like, I got to watch my shield. Like, I don't need them popping me, man. I probably should go ahead and do it now. Let's go ahead and put a shield up. Don't want to risk the biscuit now. All right, finished. And now we got to just go kill the Klingons. I'm level 31 in dual faction, Fed Klingon. Other than the Sally and Vidar, is there any other ship I should focus on? No. Sally Vidar, I mean, you want the Franklin to be continually getting maxed. You want to make sure you're working on that, but that's kind of more of a passive as you go thing because it does require certain levels before you can max it. And really, besides that, no. You want to have a Horizon max by now. You know, as you're working through grinding, be looking forward to hopefully grinding enough blueprints to get a faction miner. That's something that you want to look at, killing lots of hostiles for that reason. Shout out to Curtis W, who just sent $10 through the Venmo. Greatly appreciated. Live long and prosper, buddy. Big thank you. You're now an amazing person. And I'll even get you a t-shirt. It says Harvard says I'm amazing because I donate to Star Trek Fleet Command content creators. Small print at the bottom, not real Harvard study, but thank you so much. Greatly appreciate it. Is it hard to get the Saladin through killing hostiles? Yes and no. It is definitely doable. Stella's not a focus for me, Steam. The research is okay, but the research is the biggest wall in the game in terms of the research tree. Absolutely massive. Yes, it has value, but way too much time required to really devote into it. You can do the away missions and the territory tree and get far more immediate value than Stella. Stella's great, but if I had to pick a research tree to focus on at level 31, it's not Stella. It's territory and away. But I still want Stella to be there, and I still want to be working on the Stella research. It's just not my focus. Hey, level 50. Shout out to Daz and their Valdor. All these big people. The grind is killer, but at 35, getting the Frank A for free is amazing, for sure. And hey, Adriel with the Stella. Given that, con feel with the yell. I see it, I love it, and I appreciate it. For sure. Horizon was my best ISO miner. I mean, I still use mine just because the protected cargo is a little bit higher. And if it gets hit, no big deal. But was there an event this month where we were rewarded Riker shards for tearing up a module ship building, so a domination style? No, there was not a domination style that paid out Riker that I can think of, and there's not one coming up. There is another Riker event coming, but it's not a domination style one. I do not believe. So we're going to take this beautiful Saladin. Can we yeah, we're going to take it to Tygo Core. How much officer XP am I at? Almost 16 million. Nice. How big should I level up my Tala? Bob, I'm maxing mine at level 19. And congratulations, Andriel, on your Meridian. Mine is currently building. 2 days, 17 hours until I have mine. And then I will be mining Isogen like everybody else, 10 seconds at a time. 10 seconds at a time. There was not many Riker coins to get free to play. I think free to play ended up with like 32,000. So you're right, it's not a lot, but that's about the same rate you got it in the Picard store in terms of how much you could get for that. It just wasn't a lot. They just basically added an option to pay more into the store. I will agree that is annoying. Oh snap, we gotta give another shout out, and this one's good enough for a house fund. Shout out to Andrew M. Says, for the house fund, appreciate your candor and content all the time. Let's see if I can math right this time for round numbers. Ooh, round number going? Let's see. We're putting it in. Remember, every donation of $20 or more qualifies for the house fund. So if you do donate to the house fund, once again, Harvard says, amazing person. Support your content creators. Let's see. Did it work?
We've got to have money.
Look at you. Andrew doing big Scopely maths now. The big Scopely maths. Shout out to Andrew. Greatly appreciate it. A max 2 towels the scrap one? No, I'm going to max my 1 and probably never fool with it again and just focus on envoys. Wow, I did not need to collect that. My bad. Y'all don't let me collect Federation stuff. I'm not trying to grow Federation. Dang it. Yeah, I got all my Meridian parts too, so I just got to wait to build it. Can you hint what the holiday games events will be? I cannot. So I'll be surprised like the rest of you. Your Tala is level 32.6. That is a max Tala. That is maxed. That is maxed. What else we got? Any Can you? Nope, already did that one. You got lucky pull and got a full set of Valkyries blueprints. Wow, Kevin. I'm assuming that was in an Armada. Congratulations. That's a pretty awesome full pull to get. That's pretty awesome. Pretty stinking awesome. Don't have everything on it. Oh, well then, wait, is it 30 or 35? I could have sworn it's 30. That's max. That means everything will be on it. So, Envoys is the main ship that we focus on scrapping. Talas do pay out a little bit. It depends on what you're needing. Most people need Crystal more than anything in the 20s. Between the Vidar, the Saladin, the Horizon. That's your primary grind. That doesn't mean that... sorry, just answering many questions. That does not mean, however, that maxing and scrapping Talas is a bad strategy. Just that it's not typically the main thing that you need. You got a full of Pike yesterday. Screw you, Impervious SC, and may your children have many happinesses while you have many sadnesses. How dare you get that? I don't have it on. I've never full pull that, and that's ridiculous. Ridiculous. All right, now we're just flying through space. What level do you start pulling ship blueprints with Armada credits? So you can actually get like the Saladin and the hijack ships pretty early on. So in that late 20s range, you'll start pulling those. Let me pull up my level 26 account and I can tell you what Armada credits will pay out. Give me just a second. I'll boot up that account real quick. What's the highest ship you can get in the game? That would be the level 50s, the Tribune, the Coronar, and the Enterprise A. You got a 100 Kirk pull yesterday. Tom, you just want me to hate you. Thank you. Thank you. Congratulations. The guy who makes the monthly event charts quit for reasons. Which one? Because there were several people, Michael. Who? Several people make that. Where are the North Star blueprints at? Event stores. There's not enough out available in the wild, like through missions, to get get a North Star unlocked completely. So, Captain Q, congratulations on unlocking transporter patterns. You are literally right there to get in Pike. That is an awesome step. Vic says, I'm having such a hard time grinding a second envoy. Even focusing 23 plus traders, I've only gotten 14 BPs. Separatist. That's where I usually get mine from. So when I was grinding them, this system here, Kabi, and then Cole Rand. Now it'll work for any of them. The 17s and the 22 Separatist Elites is where I went for mine. These full pull guys are making me green with envy. They're just making me pissed off. I'm just getting on my nerves. How dare you? Like, just go away. Just go away. Don't talk to me anymore. I don't even want to hear anything about you. Your whole stories. Go away. Dislike. Gross. Ew. No problem, Vic. Happy to help. 2Q, happy to help as well. Let's see what else we got here. If you full pull an officer you've maxed, do you get lots of transport patterns? You do, Harmonica Luke. I have full pulled a rare one time, and all those rares transferred into transporter patterns. Now, you'll get 75 transporter patterns per rare shard, and I think 300, 400 for every epic once you max out epics. But I don't have a max epic yet. Congratulations on your max con, Billy Bob. That's freaking awesome. That means that you will now get transporter patterns every Sunday for your con. So, Mike, I'll be honest, I don't follow the Reddit heavy at all. I'm sadly not near as a part of that as I probably should be, so I don't know if there's a counterpart. But there are several people who make those on Discord, and we generally post them as soon as the monthly events turn over. We try to update them. So, what other questions and comments do we have? questions and comments are definitely welcome. We got a huge shout out. Oh man, an absolutely huge shout out to Dan M with a big donation here. I mean, very generous. And I'm going to put it in real quick. And it is going to come to, thanks to that, I'm going to put it in real quick and y'all can see it. 9681. Thank you so much, Dan. That is beyond generous. And not only that, you have managed to frustrate everybody with OCD because now the number is absolutely wonky. It is back to being wonky. 1090681. Completely out there. Makes no sense. Just how I'm sure you planned it. Thank you so much, man. You are amazing. I really can't, like, my kids greatly appreciate it. I promise you. My kids will know the names of everybody who's donated for sure. Thank you. 400 per epic. Thank you, Stephen Aarons. By the way, Stephen Aarons makes calendars, so there you go. He doesn't do the monthly ones. He's done the event one. However, there are multiple people who do the monthly ones. And if you're in our Discord, we can definitely hook you up with those. Andriel says, here's one for the extreme beginners. Do every single mission you can find. That definitely helps when you do all the exploring and you get around and see the world. That really, really helps out. It is a great idea to do that and to work on that process. Oh gosh, I just checked my phone and it said my station had been hit and I was freaking out for a second. Oh man, I was freaking out. I was really worried there for a second. Sorry, I'm sitting here going, oh man. But anyway, what else we got question-wise? We got a few more minutes that will be live, a couple more minutes anyway. Do you ever stop getting Kumari and Voklis blueprints? Nope. Sadly, I do not. And here, let me show you how many I've got saved up. I'm sure it'll be really impressive. Also, I was going to look up that level 26 Armada. Still going to do that for you, by the way. Haven't forgotten. So let's see. I have got 1,775 Kira, 1,461 Voklis, and 880 Kumari blueprints right now. And there are people who have a lot more than me. So the short answer is sadly no. You don't stop getting overloaded with them. It keeps happening. It's awful. We keep asking for it to get better, and now we wait. Guru Salty says, recently got the ISS Jelly and just had my first Jellyfish Brawl event. Level 39 is really rewarding compared to 35 to 38. Correct. That's one of the main reasons I tell people to camp there. The events are just designed for you to camp, catch your research up, get your ships where you need to be, and then prepare you for going up a level. So it's all there for you. Are we there yet? Finally? Are we finally here? Oh gosh. Okay. Heath just donated 119 to specifically add to the OCD frustration, or to fix it rather. So I'm gonna go ahead and put that in just because Heath, you do this all the time. Okay. There you go.
To have
OCD.
Money.
It's now semi-better, everybody. Thank you to Heath for improving the OCD-ness. Thank you, Heath. Y'all donations are so generous. Thank y'all. Thank you, Heath. You're a great man. Thank you. And also, by the way, reminder, if you've donated, make sure you hit me up or have one of the moderators in Discord, because if you donate, you get access to the captain's quarters. So if you want access to the captain's quarters, we'll put forth, private information, maybe some secrets. Make sure you get it with us so we can give you access to that very special area. Now, I'm going to look in my level 26 store. So my rare Armada pack. Oh, big yikes. I went big boom. Why did I go big boom? Oh, what did I hit? I think I just hit something bad. Okay, yeah, I hit a veteran Klingon transport without thinking that I needed to put Pipe Moro Chin back on, and I went big boom boom. So anyway, I get at level 26, I can do the Mayflower, D3, Legionary, Saladin, Bortus, Centurion, and Horizon, or in my level 26 Rare Armada. in my uncommon. I, of course, have got no ship parts, but I do have rare Armada directives and uncommons. And then finally, the epic one, I get the option of Devore, the hijack ships, and then Centurion, Bortus, and Saladin. Ooh, Ice Glow, good idea. I do need to make that. I do have a Patreon set up. I've slowly started to make the Patreon focus more on both my channels. For those that don't know, I have two YouTube channels. I have one that focuses on Star Trek, Fleet Command, and gaming, and I have one that's football related if you're into the NFL. So check those out if you would like to. No big deal, and I can drop the link for it. But it's because I haven't set the code up. That would be why. But let's go repair this. Any last second questions? What if we donate and want to stay anonymous? Well, you can do that, James. I mean, if you want to donate and be anonymous, then please, I welcome that. It's completely fine with me. I do still prefer to put your name on the house just because you've helped us get to a place. So I would like that. Now, you can put whatever name you want if you don't want to be your real name, but just for my kids to grow up and be able to appreciate what they've been given and understand that it took a lot of people to make their happiness happen, I do want them to know. Which, by the way, giving a shout out to Ryan H real quick, because they asked the question, who is your favorite Star Trek doctor, as well as donating a random amount to, once again, jack up everybody's OCD. Thank you so much
money
for jacking up the OCD. Makes me so happy. Makes everybody else happy. My favorite Star Trek doctor, that's a tough one to be honest with you, but it's going to be a tie between Phlox and the EMH from Voyager. And I know y'all hear me talk bad about Voyager a lot, but I really like the EMH. I love his character development. He's one of the only characters in Voyager that actually had legitimate character development. And Phlox is just extremely interesting. He's probably the best character on Enterprise. I love Julian Bashir in Deep Space Nine. I think Crusher's okay. The romance with Picard, I think, was a good storyline, but overall, I wasn't hugely into her character. McCoy is good. Obviously, the original series is not something I grew up with, so the nostalgia factor doesn't add into Bones for me. I do like Bones, but he's not my favorite. So taking all those and look at it, I'd have to go EMH and Phlox. But yeah. And my NFL YouTube channel is, I'll give you the link. It's much smaller than this one we have, but it's Who Dat Confessional. Mainly focuses on the New Orleans Saints, because for those that don't know, and this is probably going to be like, you're lying, but I was a trained NFL scout, or am a trained NFL scout, and covered the league professionally for 3 years. And there you go. It's smaller. It's something that we kind of do, I guess you'd even call it on the side now. But football is something that I've always had a lot of fun in. Played it in high school, junior high. I was passionate about it. And for a short time, thought it would be my career. Then COVID hit, really ruined all those jobs, took them all away. And I've been focusing on the gaming stuff. But I still do podcasts, still talk ball, and occasionally we'll teach film study. So if you ever want to know, option routes and Yankee concepts and tan, zero, tan, alignments, and cover 3 versus cover 4, well, we talk about that type of stuff. So Heath, like I said, man, events, refinery, scrapping. That's all you can do. There's not another secret way in Armadas to get more. Nice, Luke. Nice. So what we're going to do is Crusher Family Pack. That's up to you, man. To me, it's not worth it. I really don't think it has that much value. Yes, Beverly's good, but you're only getting under tier 1, and then you get Wesley, who's not that great either. I mean, the Federation credits are okay, I guess. I do think that it provides more in terms of this than normal, and that's good. But would I buy it? I don't know. I wouldn't buy it. I haven't bought it, and I won't. Is there value in it? It's basically like buying the Federation Ultra Recruit chest for $100. So do with that you will. Do with that you will. Will you make the kids light candles on the wall in memory of us that donated? What, you plan on dying, Ed? You plan on dying? No, I don't plan on having them light candles. One, we're not Catholic. That's a Catholic tradition. But no. But they will. We can raise them to say thank you as they pass the door every day. so they can look and be appreciative of what they have. And grateful little turkeys. Wow, okay, so we just got, he says that their rankings are the EMH, Bashir, Phlox, Bones, Beverly Crusher, but no Culber or Polanski. Culber's not that bad to me. I'm just not super into his character. Pulaski, yeah, that's a big no. It's a big no. Jedi says, I'm level 32. Does it make sense to save Armada reward chest to 34? It does. It does, Jedi. It does. All right, guys, I'm going to wrap up because I plan on being live tomorrow. Of course, tomorrow night, remember, I will be live on Twitch. Be there or be square. I also plan on having a video out tomorrow. I also want to encourage you, if you've not already, join the Discord. I want your ideas for videos. I want to make stuff that y'all want me to make. I can only do that if you provide me the topics that you want. And you can do that in the Discord right there in your chat. Y'all are amazing. Live long and prosper. Stay safe with those Space Cowboys. Thank you so much for a great chat, a great day, and some great feedback. And I think it was Andrew had a great idea for Faction Hunt that I will shoot to the dev team later today. Y'all are awesome. See ya. Hit me up on Discord or Facebook so I can talk to you more. I really want to.